Now that you know the frequency separation tools, let's dive into how to do frequency separation. Now, this is a must know when doing retouching. You need to know how to separate the texture and the color. So every image have texture, every image have color. So right now the color of this is this black hair and the brown skin and our white eyes. Those are the colors. And also the texture are the roughness of the skin and the roughness of the hair. So I'm going to show you what texture and color is right now. For you to do frequency separation, you need to Ctrl J, duplicate the layer twice. Why I'm duplicating the layer twice is because I want to turn off this one so that we can compare it later. Normally I'm going to duplicate it once and just work on the two layers, but I want to show you before and after. So this one I'm going to rename it tone, and I'm going to rename this one. You can rename it tone or color. Let's say tone or color, and this I'm going to rename it texture. So we're separating these two, the texture and the color. So let me show you what the color is. The color is the color itself, the tone, the color you see in the image. So for you to get the color, you go to filter, blur, Gaussian blur, and you're going to blur it out till you can't see the texture anymore. So it's something like this. I'm going to emphasize it, make it very pronounced. 12, this is too much though, but I just want to show you something. So now this is the color, because you can't see any texture, you can't see any roughness anymore on the picture. You are just seeing something blurred out, and this is what they call tone or color. It just contains the color. Now I'm going to select the texture, select the texture layer, go to image, apply image, and under the layer merge, I'm going to select color or tone. I'm going to select that, and RGB I'm going to leave it, invent, leave it. The blending mode, because you want to subtract, you're going to click on it and choose subtract, and scale to offset 128, it's okay. Now you can see now that this is carrying the roughness. There are no colors inside, so it's just carrying the roughness of the skin, no color. It hardly, before you know that this is color brown, this is color whatever color is there, you won't even know this is black color. So this is carrying the texture. You can see what the texture is, the eyes, the shape of the eyes, the hair, and all of that. Why the color is this color, the color of the skin and the color of the hair. So those are color, and I'll change the texture to linear light, the blending mode, and now we're back with our image. So I'm going to group these two together, group together, turn it off and on. So it's not different from the old image. You can see they are the same thing. You can see that it's not different from the old image. All right, so let's open it up and turn it back on. Now this is when you use the tools. This mixer tool brush, you're going to use it on the tone. So you're using the mixer tool brush to blend the colors. So whenever you're using this mixer tool brush, you need to select the tone and the color. Whenever you're using the texture, you need to select the clone stamp tool, because that clones the texture. Oh shit, man. All right, so sorry about that. I had to kill something. Where did I stop? Yes, so texture and tone, and texture and tone. Okay, so those are the two tools you can use. Now let me undo all this, delete and delete. You can see how it enhances the texture right here, because the texture is on, so it makes the texture, you know, come out the more. And if you decrease the opacity, then you cannot have more. You know, you can use this as skin tones and skin texture. You want to have skin texture, invert the mask, and do all of that. So I'm going to get rid of it and get rid of the group. Now let's start again and do the frequency separation rightly. So I'm going to hit Ctrl J twice, name this color, COLOR, or tone, TONE. So this one I'm going to name it texture, TXTURE. Sorry, XTURE. Okay, hit enter. I'm going to group the two together, and that will be, I'm naming it frequency separation. ION, hit enter. Now I'm going to open it up, turn off the texture layer, select the color layer, the color or tone, go to filter. Now blur, Gaussian blur. Now this Gaussian blur, you need to get the right Gaussian blur for your image to be perfect, and there are ways on how to get the right Gaussian blur. Just try as much as possible to pick somewhere that has two different colors, somewhere like this. So you can see this place, and you're going to increase the radius. Meanwhile, note the skin is almost perfect. We have smooth skin already. So you are going to use a very high blur, not higher than 10 or 12. But let's look at the one we're going to use. I'm going to shift it a little bit, and I'm going to start moving it forward till I have a smooth transition between the skin. So 1.9, let's go forward. We still have some colors there, and we can still see the features of the face here. So I'm going to take it up. I'm still going to take it up to something like, let's leave it at, yeah, so something like this should be fine. I'm going to leave it at 5.8. Now 5.8, I lose a little bit of texture, so let's bring it back. See where you can see the, yeah, so something like this. So let's leave it at 5.4, and now we're going to check everywhere. Okay, so we have smooth transition. We have smooth transition here. I'm going to take it up again. So, but because I have smooth skin already, I'm using radius of 6.2, which is still high. But if the skin tone are rough and you have many rashes, you have many skin tones, and you can't just go ahead and use the clone stamp tool and start, removing things, just know that you're going to use a very low blur, half of this, like 3 points, or you can use 3, but I'm going to give you that example. So now here 6, it's okay. Turn the texture on, select the texture and turn it on. Now you're going to go to image. After you selected the texture layer, go to apply image, which is this one, and now you're going to, under the, leave the source, go to layer, select the color or what tone, go to the blending mode, select subtract because you want to subtract the 2, and make sure the scale is 2, offset 128, and it's okay. So the moment you have something like this, you are good to go. You have some textures, you can start working on the texture like this, but it's very, very important you go back to the image because you won't know what texture you're actually amending. So for us to go back to the image, we need to change it to linear light, which is the blending mode of the texture layer, and we're back with our image. Now we have nothing different from the one before, right? Yes. Okay, so now this is what we're going to do next. Like I said, for the color tone, you use the mixer tool brush and make sure your settings like this. Sample, all layers should be check off. So now you're going to start blending, and please don't blend the highlights like this. It's going to make your image flat, and that is when you need this highlight when doing dodging and burning. So just blend on top of the highlight like this, and just click and start left clicking and painting your image. We didn't do color correction, so you should know that we are just doing frequency separation straight. So right now you can see that it seems like nothing is happening, but please, a lot is going on. So just keep blending and blending and blending. You're going to see the difference in a minute after we're through. So like this highlight, I'm going to zoom in, make it smaller, and paint through. Sometimes I keep the highlight, I don't even go there. So I'm just going to quick blend and blend all this side together. So if you cannot see the effect, the radius of the Gaussian blur you probably use is very, very high, over high. So you need to go back and start choosing another radius, something like 5 or 4. For me, I like this one. But for you now, you might think nothing is going on, but a lot is going on, and I'm going to show you that in a minute. So let's go and keep blending the image. But it's not a destructive thing. Once you see that the frequency separation is not okay, you can just quickly finish blending this, and do the frequency separation again. And this time around, choose another layer, another blur. It's just going to make it look real. And that's how to just quick blending. Avoid the highlight. So let's go down a bit. We're going to go down and make it bigger because this place has a big surface area. So I'm just going to quickly blend that, so you can see how that don't worry, we're going to see what's going on. Sometimes I want to make sure this brown part comes to this red part, and I can see some color. So I'm just going to drag it, click and drag, something like that. Remember, we're only working on the skin now, on the color of our skin. So I'm just going to blend like that and keep blending. Remember, the highlights are important, so I'm avoiding the highlights. Not that I'm not going to touch the highlights. I'm going to touch the highlights, but I'm avoiding the highlights. So keep blending, keep blending. I'm going to quickly do this, and for the sake of the tutorial, I don't want the video to be long, you know that. So this one at the back, let's blend and blend and blend. So you can now go inside the highlight and just blend a little and leave there. And let's do this as well. Make it small and blend the highlight like that. Good. And go inside this and blend the highlight like that. So you can just do last touch and blend the two like this. Keep blending till you are satisfied. For me, I think I'm satisfied. So let's just say this is what we need. You can actually go inside the eyes as well and blend all these colors together. Yeah, sometimes it's very funny. You just see, what am I doing? What is going on? It's not showing. It's actually doing something. Okay, it's actually doing something, and you won't actually notice not until you're done or you're through. So that's for the image. I'm just going to quickly touch the ear, and I'm going to leave those places that has texture. Those are another settings. You have to know when to work on the texture of the eyes, of the of eye, something like that, anywhere that has color. Okay, let's say we are done with this one. Now I'm going to show you quickly before and after, so pay close attention to the image. So before, you can see what changes, after, before, after. If you want a tremendous change, you want a big change, you can go ahead and start working on the image again. So click on the texture layer and click on the clone stamp tool, and this time around we're just going to fix a little adjustment. So hold down Alt, click and start fixing. Hold down Alt, sample an area and click over. Like I said, make your brush as small as the pimples you want to fix. Hold down Alt, left click and fix, something like that. So sometimes you turn on the align tool, it follows you, so no need to start sampling, it just quickly follows you where you need to fix. But how about this one? It chooses for you. Sometimes I don't like it, so I usually turn it off, and we can go ahead and look for more blemishes like this and just make it look okay. Look at air. So I'm going to select and drag like this and fix it for this one as well. So you can see how bad it is. So instead of doing that, we're just going to select, I'm going to do it again. Come here, select this one, come here, and like that. You can actually come here and remove all this. You can see all this. Select this side, remove that, remove this one, and go up. I'm going to remove this and this. Sometimes it's actually okay for you to remove some, yeah, so something like that, and remove away and go up and start removing. You can remove all this, plenty air that you don't need. So that's for that. I'm going to use another example. For this one, it's just simple and looking natural, and before and after. And the reason why it's like this is because we didn't do color correction. If not, you have seen the best results. And like I said, you can just quickly do the color correction, like choosing the hue and saturation. I'm not going to use any other one. If not, I would have gone to selective color. I didn't talk about selective color. But anyway, choose the hand tool and select the place or any other place. I want all the color to look like that of the nose. So this is another color correction, right? Yes. Okay, so quickly, just a bonus for this class, and I'm going to increase the hue. So we have different color, we have blue, we have this yellow. So let's try and select the blues only. I'm going to take it up. Let's say we take it forward. Okay, let's say this is what we want to select. I'm going to make it 0 back, And how do we add yellows? You just move it forward like this, not too much. I like using 26. If you want to increase the what is it called, saturation, you can do that and do this. And let's just close it for the now, and let's see. So this is before. You can see the red are gone after. So now you just need to remove it with the brush tool from where you don't want, which is the lips. Take it out from this place. Make sure the flow and 100, everything is 100, and make sure your foreground color is black. So remove it from that side. Where do we want to remove it again? From the eyes and this side to make it look natural. So something like this, and you can just quickly see difference before and after, just because we did color correction. You can as well again create a stem visible layer. Ctrl Shift Alternate E to create a stem visible layer. And now if you are not okay with the frequency separation, you can now start again. Ctrl J twice and take this, make this color color 2. Name this texture TEXTURE, and then group these two and name it frequency separation 2, FREQ2. Hit enter. Select the color layer, turn this texture off, go to filter, blur, Gaussian blur, and instead of 6.2 you're going to make it somewhere like 4.0, and let's just leave it at 4.0. It's okay. Turn on the texture layer, select it, go to image, apply image, and go to the tune, select the color 2. Everything subtract should be the same. It's okay. Change the blending mode to linear light, and now you can now start again. Mixer, tool brush, and choose the color layer, and boom, start blending. And this time you're going to see, a very big change on the image. So let's just quickly, I'm just going to do it quickly on that, and so something like that. So you're going to see a very big change compared to before, because now we've actually made the skin tones smaller. So quickly blend it together. I'm just going to do it fast. So all this together give you a perfect job, perfect working on the job. Sometimes you can go inside again the eyes and make sure this color is not just there. If it's there, you can actually use a clone stamp tool to get it out. Once you see that the colors aren't changing, it's because the clone stamp tool is what you are going to use. So something like this, and make sure you don't flatten the image. See, I'm avoiding the highlights. I'm just painting according to where the highlight is and painting on the highlight to follow the transition. And this one, I'm just going to do it like that. Go ahead, let's make this place, blend it like this. All right, so that's that. Quickly, I'm going to do it on the lips and go down, check for transition. I'm going to smoothen that transition over there, make it bigger, and smoothen the transition over here. Yeah, so I think that's okay. Smoothing the transition. So I'm going to make it bigger and smoothing the transition, and do that. Okay, so that's for that. We already do that's 2 times now. We're doing frequency separation twice, and just check for transition. You're going to see it as you look at it. Okay, so that's for that. Now let's compare. Let's actually compare the first frequency separation and the other one. So which is the first? This is the second one, right? Let's see the first. You can see the first one we did, and now the second one we did. See how smooth it is. Now let's compare to the first picture. So before and after. This one we did deep color collection, so before and after. So before and after. If you're not still okay with the job, continue doing your frequency separation, create a stem visible layer, and do the frequency separation again. All right, so now I'm going to use another image for the example.